Hi, Darlene here. Darlene's Garden, Markwood Meadows. Why is it Markwood Meadows, you say? Because our last name is Markwood. And, a couple of years ago, might have been 3 years even, we put up an AccuWeather weather station, and it needed a name. And since we have a big yard, it looks like a big meadow, we decided to name our weather station Markwood Meadows. So that's a good name for my yard altogether. It's just kind of a nickname for it, but Markwood Meadows. But it's easier for you to find Darlene's Garden on YouTube, so I switched my YouTube name from Markwood Meadows to Darlene's Garden. And I have a small update garden tour for you today. Well, I don't know how small it is. I'm going to wander around the yard and show you how things are doing, show you the things I planted yesterday. And you can come along with me as we take our tour. Let's go. My yard is starting to look pretty. I see my shadows in the way, so I'll walk over this way and turn around. All right, that's basil, and then I planted some basil and some other herb seeds in there too, so hopefully they come up. This basil plant I purchased at Safeway today. This is a some kind of a pepper, I forget. It's supposed to be very prolific. And I got these cute little frogs at the dollar store. These are the strawberries that I transplanted from my regular garden. Right in here, I have some bare root strawberries that came in my shipments yesterday. This has, I think that's a tomato in the middle and some broccoli around the edges, and some peppers, and I forget what I planted in the small pots. Okay. There's some tomatoes and peppers, my blueberry plants, and some daffodils and tulips I saw, and onions. Actually, those are daffodils that didn't bloom. Okay. If I remember right, this tulip is going to be pink. I really need to get out here and pull some grass, but the violas are looking pretty, and whatever these are, I forget what they're called, but they're very prolific, it looks like. They've gotten a little bigger each year. These are Shasta daisies here. They come back every year. This tulip looks a little different each day. It's just really pretty. I could go in there. Under the lilac trees. My hosta's actually looking good. But my peony that I thought was coming up, I'm not so sure about it. It looks like it might not. Oh, time will tell. This is the white pampas grass that I planted yesterday. And this is the pink one. This is the mountain black cherry. And it's got a little bit of signs of growth up there. It was kind of bare root, but it had signs of growth. And then the other white pampas grass. Around on a different corner of the yard, some more pretty daffodils. Some of them are getting a little spent. Those ones, aren't they pretty? Several years ago, there were we had a little landscaping area right here. We thought we moved all the tulips, but each year there's one or two that come back up. This is my flower forest. As I walk along here. Looks like that needs to be watered again. I watered everything this morning. That is one of the butterfly bushes that I planted yesterday. And here's my pretty yellows. And the hibiscus that I planted. I have no idea how to I guess it'll tell me whether it's alive or not. Some wild roses in there and a bush that I don't know what is. It had pretty purple flowers last year and then some red berries. I didn't plant it, so there's another. Let's see if we can see it. All right. We have the other butterfly bush. Some catnip. Some daylilies. More catnip. A pumpkin. Some thistle that I need to still pull. I pulled some yesterday, but didn't get it all. Another butterfly bush. Daylilies and some borage back there. Looking good. As you can see, I still have a lot of work to do in this area. But by the end of summer, I will have a lot of it done. And then there's always next year. More hibiscus. And more daylilies. And isn't that a beautiful daffodil? These are my irises. Oh, I see a couple of them are starting to bud out. When those are all in bloom, it's a glorious purple. And the tchotchkes by the back door. These are my first daffodils to come out, so they're just about gone. But the tulip is pretty. Well, my raspberries need tying up. They're kind of a wild mess. Oh, I see my plum tree is starting to bloom. We haven't had plums on it for a couple years now. Some years it has more plums than we know what to do with. And then it'll not have any. And we trimmed the tree, bad parts out of the tree. Last year, might have been the year before. But if we don't have any strong winds or frost or anything, we might have some plums this year. Those blooms are pretty. Okay, approaching my little bitsy garden. It's looking more fun all the time. I don't have anything planted there where I have that little teepee. I'm gonna put a squash of some kind there, I think. And my herbs doing nicely. And when everything, seeds I planted come up, I'll see where my bare spots are and go from there. These cabbage leaves are yummy. It's from last year's cabbage, and I think I did harvest ahead. Whoop. Thought I turned my camera around, and I hadn't. You can see I still have some weeding to do. My weeds are mostly grass. Things I planted are looking good. This is all I have left to plant. To decide where I'm going to put it all. Some of my strawberries are starting to get some blooms on, so I put some netting over it. And hopefully this year the birds don't beat me to it all. Parsley's looking really good. As is my garlic. My rhubarb is really growing. It always wants to bloom. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Generally, when I go to harvest the rhubarb, I'll just cut those out. I have a rose start there. My other rhubarbs are looking good. And there's the wisteria. And that was a bare root. There's 3 of them. 1, 2, and 3 back there. My honeysuckle's looking good. The hummingbirds love it. I kind of organized my deck a little bit. Looks better than it did. Those 2 boxes right there are all kinds of seed packets. Over there we have hula hoops from last winter that I used for my hoop house. A whole bunch of empty pots that are all ready for next spring. And the one thing that I couldn't organize on the deck, because cats just are not organizable. But it looks like she's taking a nap. Her name is Button. Buttface Button, to be precise. Buttface Button. She's a sweetie. Aren't you? Are you a sweetie? Did I interrupt your nap? I love the garden from this angle. It's looking so much more organized than it did. And it will look even prettier when things grow. And here's the other one. And I don't know if I'm getting her in the picture or not. There we go. Her name is Lulu. Buttface Lulu. flags are half down today in honor of a police officer somewhere in Oregon that got killed. So he's being honored all day today. So that's it for today. Thank you for coming along with me on my little garden update tour on this beautiful, beautiful day. On the 24th of April, 2019. May the Lord richly bless you. Happy gardening. Until next time.